my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle-lollies, Rebecca Parham here, and look what we're doing. We're doing something new. We are doing a drawing video. And there's actually a fun little story behind all of this, because when I wasn't a YouTuber, like before all of this, and I was a freelancer, I actually would draw YouTubers a lot as a hobby. And it was such a big hobby of mine. I got a lot of joy out of it. And once I became a full-time YouTuber, it kind of felt like I felt guilty for drawing anything that wasn't video related, because our videos in animation take so long as it is to get out that drawing something that wasn't meant for a video just kind of felt like a waste of time. And that made me sad. That made me a sad Becca, because I really, really enjoyed drawing YouTubers, because I really enjoyed practicing my caricaturing skills. But as more people were putting out drawing videos and drawing streams and all that, I started getting the idea of, well, why can't I do a drawing video in which I draw YouTubers? As you can see here, I'm doing line art over a previous sketch I made, because oh my gosh, I've tried this recording so many times where I start off with the sketch, and it just came down to the fact that I couldn't speak and draw at the same time and be entertaining for you guys. And I figured line art is kind of mindless stuff. And, you know, maybe at some point I'll be able to get to a point where I can do the rough sketches while I'm still talking to you guys and still be entertaining. So who am I drawing right now? Well, I put out the call on Twitter to you guys, and I asked you what YouTuber you would want me to benevolently ruin, because I don't have it in me to be mean. But you know, I always try to find the funny in everything. So I asked you guys who you wanted me to draw, and of course one of the biggest names to pop up repeatedly was Mr. Pewdiepie himself, Mr. 60 million. Good for you, Felix. And yes, I am very aware of his fancy pants chair that he's got going on, his $3.99. The $3.99 chair! And yes, I am very aware of the meme that came with it.
Yeah. So you can't afford paying $300 for a chair, and I've completely lost touch with reality that that's not typically the amount that you would pay. But can you do this?
So I set it up to make it look like Felix did the "Can you do this" meme one too many times, and kind of just flipped over the back a little bit too hardcore, and landed himself in the bottomless pit. Just trying to get rid of the meme for you, eh, Felix? Though, of course, you Gravity Falls fans know that a human being is relatively safe from the bottomless pit. All they do is fall for a couple hours, and then they pop back up, and time hasn't moved forward. So there you go, Felix. You get some time to, think about all your memes. Maybe think about what you've done. Ugh. See, James and I are very much alike. I traded my handwriting skills for artistic talent. I don't like the shoe, so I'm gonna resize it. Make it bigger. Alright, so I went back and fixed a handful of things, and now I think we can start adding color. The idea that I had behind this series is to make all these drawings quick and easy, but I think that'll have to come with time and practice for me, because this is already taking far longer than it's supposed to. So Felix these days is sporting quite the very dark beard. I have to say, I am quite impressed. Okay, and may I just say, and like tiny little joke spoiler for Black Panther for those who haven't seen it yet, I don't understand the utter outrage behind the "what are those" joke. You know, at the moment it was kind of annoying, and it was kind of like a little jarring, like, oh, okay, I guess we added that joke. I've seen people who are like, it ruined the whole movie for me, them adding a dead meme like that. Which, you know, to me, it's kind of telling how out of touch Hollywood is when it comes to like internet culture. It's really hard for them to keep up, you know. I don't know, it's kind of like, it's comedic in the sense of, it feels like a parent trying to be cool by using their children's slang. And you know, us as the internet, we're just kind of rolling our eyes going, oh lord, you guys are so lame. The internet is just the perpetual teenager that rolls their eyes at their lame parents. That is the conclusion that I have reached. These are fun. I should plug these. These are some watercolor brushes that I got from Kyle Webster. And Kyle Webster is this very talented gentleman who has created tons and tons of Photoshop brushes online that are meant to look like traditional media. This is not like something that I would show to a client in any way, shape, or form. because a client would probably not pay money for this. I gotta give myself props. I didn't have a nervous breakdown drawing in front of you guys, which is always a good thing. We're just gonna give it the old signy sign so Felix knows who to come after. Alright, so ruining your favorite YouTubers. Number 1, Pewdiepie. Okay, so next up we have a dear friend of mine, Miss JaidenAnimations. And as you can clearly see, I've got something special already laid out for her. So Jaiden was heavily requested as well, along with, you know, a lot of different animators in our community. There were so many wonderful suggestions when I asked you guys who you wanted me to draw that I would love to make this into a series if I could. But I guess that's up to you guys. Now, as most of you know who watch Jaiden, Jaiden has a lovely birdo doggo thing called Ari. I imagined this scenario for Jaiden's ruining your favorite YouTubers. I imagine this scenario of Ari eating some, you know, mutant blackberries, because that's, you know, Ari's favorite food. Mutant blackberries that turned it into this giant birdo monster. And Ari got so big and is such a jealous punk that he swooped down and picked up Jaiden so no one else can have her attention. And as you can see, I can just clearly think of Jaiden like hanging from the talons saying, "No, no, bad Ari, bad monster Ari." Birds are a little difficult to do, and, you know, I'm not the best at them. I had to look up some reference of eagles fighting to get these wing poses correct. But, yeah, so, but I'm kind of getting away with a lot of anatomy issues by saying, oh, it's a mutant monster bird. So there's the trick, you know, if you want to get away with bad anatomy, just say, oh, it's a mutant. So Jaiden and I first officially met in person at VidCon, but we had been following each other on Twitter for much longer, and I think, funny enough, I think she found me before I found her. I don't know, you'd have to ask her. And just to say some nice things about Jaiden, she really is a fantastic artist, and the fact that she is, like, majority-wise she is self-taught, that's just unbelievable to me, like how great she has gotten at drawing and animating and all by herself. She understands weight and balance and good strong storytelling poses, and she's really good at coming up with ideas that are visually interesting. Yeah, that doesn't look anything like Jaiden, but we'll just go with it. Animals in general are just like a new level of difficulty, and they just take years and years of practice and looking at reference and drawing from life and all that jazz. So Ari kind of has like a blue aqua-y color, and we're just gonna kind of like lay that down first as the base, because that's the most prominent color. Now you see me just kind of like throwing down color, but watch this. Not you, Siri. No, not you. But watch this. I go down to the white layer, and I select the outside, the negative space, and then I go back to the blue layer, and kaboom. Tell you what, Ari is a straight up creeper. We're gonna add a little bit of a shading effect just to kind of help better support these feathers. Because here's something that one of my teachers from school would always tell me is, I dare you to make it clearer. As soon as you see the drawing, bam, it's there. You understand what's going on. You understand the pose, you understand the movement, the energy, and you understand the storytelling moment. I don't know if I'm in love with the red eyes. Kind of reminds me of JonTron's bird, so I think we're gonna like go for something different so we can kind of move away from that area. Let's have, here we go, bright purple. Oh, I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you, mean everything to me. That's what Ari's singing to her right now. Here comes the terrible handwriting. Nope. You gotta put on the mom pants sometimes, even when the giant bird's flying away with you. Finishing touch. So Jaiden knows who to come after. And there you have it. Monster Ari. I ruined Jaiden by ruining her pet bird. That makes sense. Alrighty, and now we have our third and final person for this episode, and as some of you may see, it is the person who was requested by far the most, even more than Pewdiepie. It's Jacksepticeye, and I am more than happy to oblige, because I really like Jack. Or Sean, if it pleases you. So in case it isn't obvious from the pencil drawing, the idea that I had for Sean, this one was kind of like very clear to me as soon as I saw a lot of people suggesting Jack as someone to ruin. It just kind of came to me instantly, and I think I'll probably work a little bit harder on this one because I really want to like do well on it. But Jack has his little eyeball character that's his logo, and the eyeball character is named Sam, and my idea is one day Sam decided that he wanted to start running the show. I don't know if Sam is supposed to be a boy or a girl, but we'll just say he for right now. Sam decided that he wants to start running the show, so he crawls into Jack's head and takes over. So, you know, it's actually a really fun opportunity that you guys wanted me to draw Jack because, like I said, I like Jack. I watch his stuff. In fact, every day for lunch, I will stop and have a lunch break, and I will always sit at my desk and eat and watch a gaming video. And sometimes it's a Markiplier video, and sometimes it's a Game Grumps video, and a lot of the times it's a Jacksepticeye video. But one of my favorite playthroughs that he has ever done that absolutely made me fall in love with this game was Jack's playthrough of A Night in the Woods. And now A Night in the Woods is absolutely one of my favorite games ever. And like many, when I read the dialogue of certain characters from that game, I hear Jack's voice in my head doing the character voices. I'm here, don't forget the arm here. So yeah, Jack just seems like an all-around good guy. I haven't met Jack. I met Mark, but I haven't met Jack. Although recently, Jack started following me on Twitter, so that's fun. Yeah, I'd have to say that, you know, drawing in front of people is definitely getting easier the longer I'm doing this recording. So, he used to have his green hair, which, gotta be honest, I adored his green hair. I really liked it when the gamers had their multicolored hair, but I've actually had, like, that kind of neon color hair before, and for one thing, getting your hair dyed so they can do that, it's so expensive. It was like $200 every single time I wanted to do it. And not to mention, doing that multicolored stuff, it's a lot of upkeep because it's not permanent hair color, it's semi-permanent, so it washes out really, really quickly, and you have to touch up a lot. So if I'm completely honest, I'm actually kind of surprised that Jack and Mark and everybody actually kept up the colored hair for so long, because it would have driven me crazy for that long. You know, speaking of hair, I know a lot of you have asked the question, why exactly do I have red hair in some of my videos and brunette in all the rest? Whenever you see my character with red hair, it's usually in a VidCon recap video. But I always have red hair for VidCon because it's just kind of become a tradition for me. I call it the VidCon red. And there are many reasons why I do it. One, I really, really particularly like it. I like the way that it looks against my very pale skin. Speaking of pale skin, it's very striking and memorable, so if I meet someone important at VidCon, they're more likely to remember me because I have a more memorable look. And also in general, it's just easier to see me in a crowd, so you guys can probably see me a little bit better. But yeah, that's the basic reason why I have red hair in some of my videos, and it's usually for VidCon. It's just the VidCon red hair that I have every year. Oh, Jack-a-boy, YouTube is calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside. And there we go. See all of the issues coming up through the cracks. Shine on, shine on. Yeah, look at this. I don't know what it is about veins, but they just kind of, it's like, I have this weird fascination with them, and it's funny because veins are so closely related to blood and to, you know, my internal medical phobias that I have. And yet I'm so oddly fascinated by them as a device to be used in macabre art. But Sam is taking over and there's nothing Jackaboy can do. Nice, nice, very nice. Okay, so gonna use more watercolor textures. This one's called like stain damp paper, I think. I'm gonna fill this bubble right here. And I think that's where I leave it, because I've spent too much time on it already, so we're gonna go ahead and just sign this bad boy. Putting on the finishing touch so Jack knows who to go after. And there you have it. I ruined Jacksepticeye for you. I hope you're proud. Alright everyone, I really hope you enjoyed all of this. It was really fun to draw some YouTubers again. I can't tell you how much fun I had. Next time I will probably try to show you the entire process of also doing the rough sketches and everything, but let me know if you liked it, and let me know if you guys want me to do another episode so I can draw even more YouTubers. Yeah, so see you later, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta tune out. Bye! I. I'm gonna go tweet these pictures to these people.